I have been saying that I want to make some changes to the space for a while, and I just went on a whole rambling thing that you're not going to see because it's not of the utmost importance. This is a life update, a channel update of sorts, and kind of a big one if you read the title. I'm married. That's a thing that I did. And I'm really happy about it. It's just that every time we have tried to do like anything over the last few months, something has come up to complicate things, and that certainly is still true now. But I am married, and I'm just really happy to have crossed that milestone, I suppose, and accomplished that, so to speak. And I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about that because with getting married, not only has my legal marital status changed, but so has my name. And I actually took my wife's last name. And we'll make a separate video at some point as to, I guess, the ins and outs of that. But I have to navigate the legal ramifications of that. So we're waiting for our official wedding certificate in the mail. And as soon as that comes, I have to go through the Social Security office, and I have to go get a new ID and then change my name with, the bank and all of those things. So I'm waiting on that. It's kind of a hurry up and wait, right? And I'm excited about it, but it's been, a process, I suppose. Second big thing in that front, obviously, is getting married. And it's crazy to me because we were talking a little bit last night about, how it all worked out, and it's a wild story for another time, but just the fact that I found a really, really cool person that I'm genuinely very happy with, and we are building a life together, and part of that is working on our house quite a bit, which we've been doing over the last half year or so, and that's going to continue. And just kind of talking about the fact that, the world is insane right now for so many reasons, and the fact that we have a house and that we're doing okay. Both of us are working, part-time jobs, and we're still able to make progress on, big projects for this house that really need to be done is really significant. So that's something we've been working on. I haven't showed a lot of it on the channel because it's chaotic, and quite frankly, it's taken a lot of time. And so it's just something we're still working on. At some point, I know she has more of a documenting. She has documented more of the journey with the house specifically than I have, and so at some point I will maybe let her go for that, and I'll put a link to what she decides to put out there in the description. I'm being vague on purpose, but yeah, okay, so married is cool. Obviously, what comes with that is rings, and I want to talk a little bit about the company that we got our rings from because I really like them and I like the rings. It's kind of an odd thing, but I figured it's worth showing off. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll do that real quick. All right, we have flipped the camera. I'm holding a tripod, so it's not extraordinarily steady, but when I had it on the desk, I had a tripod leg in the shot, so we wanted to avoid that. These rings are from a company, and I hope I don't butcher this too badly, called Happy Lolia. They're out of Hawaii, and this box is actually made of Hawaiian koa wood. And what I really liked about them when I found them is, number one, for when you purchase rings from them, they actually replant koa trees because they use koa wood in some of the rings, in some of their boxes and that sort of thing. So I liked the environmental part of it. I really like the ocean. I like the beach. When I went to San Diego last year, that was probably one of my favorite places I've ever been. And so I wanted to find a ring that kind of represented myself in some kind of way. And so for the engagement ring that I have, okay, so here is the engagement ring. The camera was doing the cinematic fancy effect, which I actually didn't want on this because we need details. So this is a ring that has abalone, I guess, shell, and also there's a small gold or brass, I don't know what it is, but it's a guitar string, which is very cool because I play guitar and won't pretend I do it particularly well. But this was my engagement ring, and I really liked the fact that it's fairly comfortable. It seems to fit me fairly well and worked out well as an engagement ring. And then my actual wedding ring is also from them, and I have that just off camera over here. So I wanted, my wife had one that was more tactile, and I thought that this design would be tactile, but it's actually kind of, it is and it isn't. So this middle part here, which has abalone in almost a like mosaic type pattern, is glossed over with some kind of finish. But the edges that are kind of, I don't know what the word is, beveled or not serrated, it's not sharp, but they've got grooves all the way around. And again, I really like abalone. I'm more of a fan of silver. I'm not a big fancy jewelry kind of guy, but I really like this as a wedding ring, and I think it works really well, and it keeps the ocean kind of represented in the one I have. And my wife has chosen to use the same ring, but hers is, it's got like a carved pattern with an inlay, and so you can actually feel the lines on it, which is kind of neat. So yeah, that's a little bit about the rings. I'm back. Okay, so that is a little bit about the rings, and, I'm really excited. It's, like I said, every time we go to do something, I feel like there's chaos, and there's kind of a wrench that's been thrown into things that I can't really talk about right now, but that has it threw off us getting married by a significant amount of time and has been causing me personally quite a bit of stress. So I'm hoping that it gets resolved pretty quickly, and that I can kind of move forward kind of as a new person after this all wraps up. And I think as someone who grew up in a household that didn't model emotional things very well, I have grown a lot, and my wife has definitely been a big part of that, and my job working with kids has definitely been a part of that. And I'm really looking to kind of propel myself forward with this channel, with what I want to do. I have a lot of content, a lot of ideas, a lot of things that I would like to put out there, but I want to do it at a capacity that I would be happy to watch and consume. And the fact that there are so many of you that have already jumped on board, we're knocking on 330 subscribers on the channel, which for me, just doing this random crazy thing whenever I want and doing all sorts of stuff from plants to music to travel to lightsabers to whatever, the fact that so many of you guys have kind of joined me on the chaos, I really appreciate you guys for that. And that kind of leads into what's next for the channel. And for me, again, part of that is the space here that I want to get worked on. I have a graphic designer that I will unveil hopefully once the space is done. I want to put all of this together. I have a new look for the channel that I'm really, really excited about and just super proud of, and very impressed with her work. And so that will be coming. Along with kind of the unveiled new space, probably a little bit later this year. I'm also looking to start doing some form of kind of contracting and talking about disability, talking about, I guess, what would have been known as DEI, but just being a person and treating people like people. And I don't care what your political affiliations are. I don't care how you frame these things. Everybody that you interact with every day is a person. And when you map disability onto that, things tend to get complicated, and I don't want to say I don't want it to be complicated, but I want to keep it centered on people's stories and my perspective and my ability to speak to the human element of disability. So that's something that I'm also, I've done some contracts here and there, including some conferences and creating a video with some schools in Wisconsin last year. And I'm proud of it. It's something I want to do more of, but the landscape that the world is in right now has made it really hard to want to initialize more of that type of interaction. And once I propel myself forward a little further with all of these things, it's something that I intend to keep the pedal to the metal on. Other miscellaneous things, man, we are a year and 2 months, I guess just beyond, a year and 6 weeks, I don't know, beyond the Great Cut. And I have been still growing out the hair for 2030. And I can finally kind of pull up if I want to, and my hair's wet, so I'm not going to do it immediately, but I can finally pull this back and do like a half up, half down. This is not a perfect representation of it, but you know, that's a big milestone because I can get the hair out of my face. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And other than that, I mean, honestly, just trying to slip into a normal routine of some kind. I am, waiting for kind of the summer schedule for my job to come out and see what kind of hours and things I'm going to look at, as opposed to potentially looking at getting a second job. So kind of holding on that at the moment. But that's a little bit about what's been going on. I mean, the big thing obviously is getting married, and that's really big. And now that things have kind of settled just a little, it's easier to reckon with that and to be happy about it. I think, with the chaos around me these last couple months, and again, I will talk about things eventually. I right now I just need things to get a little bit more clear and to get solved. And when that happens, I'll be able to hopefully tell the story with the benefit of hindsight. So, but I'm married and I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about what's to come for this channel. I really appreciate, like I said, all of you guys who have joined me in this, and I want to keep doing this. I think it's been a lot of fun, and it's something that I want to keep moving on, and I'm really going to take some big steps soon to action on that, and I'm making this video as a means to hold myself accountable to that. So I appreciate all of you. If you have any questions, comments, queries, theories, concerns, or anything else, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comment section down below. With all of that said, stay tuned, everybody. We'll see you soon. Peace.